In life, you've probably felt like Itadori Yuji, a man who endured relentless suffering. You've probably had moments in your journey where you faced pain and hardship, and you felt that you completely lost your way. I mean, you probably didn't watch your friends die, get possessed by a demon, or watch as an entire city burns around you and you have no control over your actions. And if you do, I'm sorry. But Yuji, despite all of these things happening to him, has the remarkable ability to get back up even when all else is lost. Even when he's at his worst, he always manages to bounce back and keep moving forward. And there have been times in my life where I have felt completely lost. I felt as if I didn't belong, I was alone, and my entire life was directionless. Like I was in my own little isolated world and absolutely nobody was there to help me or understand me. Sometimes I still feel that way. But there are 4 lessons that I learned that have helped me to realign my path, and I think these lessons are going to help you guys bounce back when times get tough, just like Itadori Yuji. I'm going to give you guys the lessons that have helped me to stay grounded and resilient. I'll show you how they've helped me to take back control over my life and how they help me to get through tough times and keep moving forward. The first step is one of the most important, and I think it's a crucial key step that has helped Yuji to move through tough times, and it's what you should use to also move through tough times as well. Do you remember at the end of the calamity that was Sukuna on Shibuya? Yuji Itadori was forced to look at all the aftermath of the carnage. The buildings, the people, oh god, the people. He cried, he screamed, he begged for death. But after that emotional breakdown, he got back up, he looked over the city, and said, I have to go, I have to fight. And he continued forward. When you're feeling lost or going through tough times, it can be pretty easy to freeze because you don't know what to do with yourself. But the simplest way to defeat this feeling is just to take the next step forward. And it doesn't have to be complicated either. If you fall off your fitness journey, your next step could be just to simply show up to the gym. Or if you're just stressed over an assignment or some project you're working on, the next step forward could be to just make a file and write the first sentence on a page. I remember when I was going through a horrific breakup, which had me feeling like this, and I was wrecked for so long because of it. I lost my appetite, I was neurotic, and all I wanted to do was sleep. But I knew I couldn't just sit around moping all day, and I had to do something to better myself, which is the reason why I started working out. Well, newsflash, guy gets his heart broken and starts going to the gym. Yeah, I know I'm not special. But for me, this was my next step forward toward the goal of bettering myself and just getting out of that rut. But your next step forward doesn't have to be towards a goal. It could be the next step to get away from the trouble that you're currently facing. I find this approach a little more liberating because it gives you a lot more freedom to what your next step forward is going to be. There's an infinite number of directions to walk away from a problem. You just need to pick one. But if you're looking for your next step forward, it still can be difficult to find, especially during hard times. So how can you find your next step as quickly as Itadori did? Well, all you have to do is remember why you started your journey in the first place. See, Itadori knew immediately what his next step forward was going to be. He knew he just had to dust himself off and continue fighting curses. Even during the darkest moment of that arc, when he saw everybody destroyed, and he felt this guilt and responsibility that he caused this damage. Before he could completely lose it, he realigned himself with his purpose and continued to move towards it. It can be really easy to get lost in the journey and not remember why you started in the first place. There have been days when I started my YouTube channel when I really did not want to film a video. I didn't want to bother writing the script, I didn't want to make any thumbnail, and I didn't want to sit in front of a camera. Honestly, there were times I felt like giving up. Like the work I was doing was not meaningfully bringing me anything. But when those times hit, I think about why I started my journey in the first place. Why did I spend hours filming myself doing endless amount of pull-ups and talking directly into a camera on how to look like Toji? And then I remember, oh yeah, I wanted to do something different with my life, and I wanted to not be like everybody else and stand out from the crowd. I also wanted to help young men improve themselves through calisthenics and, of course, self-improvement. This is why having a purpose, something that's beyond yourself, is so important to have. It's the thing that's going to keep you grounded and centered. Your purpose is the compass that's pointing you in the right direction. And when you start to look back on how your purpose came to be and reflecting on why you started in the first place, not only are you going to realign yourself with your purpose, but you're also going to look back on your journey and see just how far you've come. You'll look at where you started, you'll look at where you are now, and you're gonna see that the progress you've made is just incredible. And if you continue to keep going, your progress is just gonna go up. And if that's not inspiring to you, I don't know what is. But still, there are gonna be times where you need to trudge forward, and it feels like your next step is just a colossal challenge that you won't be able to conquer. So this next lesson, which is honestly my favorite, is not only gonna help you overcome the most difficult moments, but also help you to strive for even greater things to come. And this is something that Yuji does all the time, and it's kind of the embodiment of his character. See, the thing with Yuji is that he always charges headfirst into danger, whether into enemy domains or just right at the enemy. Even if he doesn't have any cursed abilities, he always goes in headfirst because he knows it's the right thing to do. This sort of mentality that he had kind of inspired this mindset shift where if I acknowledged that I was scared of doing the thing, that would motivate me more to do the thing. If I was scared to do it, it meant I had to do it. And this has really helped me to get over huge mental barriers and actually allow me to take action on things that I was initially scared of, but weren't actually as scary as I thought they were. Now, I'm not asking you guys to charge headfirst into danger. Please use your brains. Don't hurt yourselves. But if there's something that you're hesitant to do, you're kind of nervous or scared to do it, like asking that girl out or starting that business or starting your fitness journey, you just need to bite the bullet sometimes. Now, I know that's easier said than done, but a majority of the time, the fear you have for that thing is largely unfounded. And once you're actually past that hurdle, you're gonna look back and you're gonna think, that was scaring me the whole time? That's the reason I couldn't do what I needed to do? Now, if it helps, when I come across a daunting mental barrier, I just think to myself, I'm scared to do this, which means I have to do it. And this mantra has helped me to get past a lot of obstacles and actually take action. Honestly, it may not even be that you're scared, but you're unconsciously avoiding the emotions that you're associating with the task you're avoiding. But 9 times out of 10, you know damn well that that's the task that you need to start in order to actually make progress and help you to keep moving forward. The magic you're looking for is in the work you're avoiding. So the next time you find yourself stuck, think about the one thing that you're hesitating to start doing and just do it. Just do the thing, even if you are scared. Because if you manage to start something despite being terrified of it, that's what makes you brave. But when all else fails and you don't know what your next step is, you've forgotten why you started, and you're too scared to do anything, there's only one thing left that's gonna save you. Your homies. Yes, we've shifted from Yuji to Todo. Hell yes. Yuji endured so much suffering in the Shibuya arc, and he may have felt alone at times. But when the going got tough and he was close to death, the man, the myth, the legend, Todo stepped in and saved the day. Yuji was never alone, and neither are you. When all else fails and you feel like the world is crumbling around you, always remember you're not on this journey alone. You probably have some close friends or some people that you know that you could rely on and talk to. Now, maybe some of you are thinking that your friends don't want to hear your problems, or you don't want to burden them and treat them like a therapist. And I used to think the same way, and that is a stupid mindset. Let me ask you this. If the situation was flipped and your friend came to you with their problems, their struggles, and they just needed you to talk and listen to them, would you at all feel that this person is bothering you or burdening you? Personally, I wouldn't feel that way. I would feel honored that he would come to me and he would trust me with whatever he was going through. So if you answered, no, I would love to help out my friends, and you would help them out, what makes you think they wouldn't do the same for you? Unless you said you wouldn't do that for your homies, which, why? I'm sure you have at least one loyal, close, trustworthy friend that you can easily rely on, and they'll always lend you an ear when you need it. And even if you don't, you're still not alone. If you need people to talk to, or you are just looking for a community of like-minded people, you can join my school community, Shonen Strength, or you can join my free Discord. So if you never need support during those tough times, just reach out. I'm sure someone there will lend a hand. There's some pretty good people there. But even without his homies, Yuji is still incredibly strong. Not just of the mind, but also of the muscle. So if you want to build some big, strong muscles just like Yuji Tadori, then you can check out this, here it is. You can check out this playlist for how to get some anime level muscles right here.